this is Chelsea Zimmerman here with Team Zimmerman Real Estate. I have the pleasure of being with my good friend today at her studio. Chelsea, thank you so much for being with us today and for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so my position here would be owner, service provider, educator, and really just your beauty hype girl.
Love it.
I launched Morph Beauty Co. in April 2022, and since then it has just been steadily growing. My vision of this really was for it to be a transformative experience and service for clients and students, because I do offer lash and spray tanning services, but I also moved into this space so that I could get into educating.
Yes, absolutely. And Chelsea does an amazing job. She's got some courses out there. I admittedly used to be one of her clients, and I still am on a regular basis, but I don't get my lashes done anymore. But yeah, no, we have a great relationship, and Chelsea, what you have built here is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So what is one thing about your business that most people would not know?
So I would say, actually, I don't think I've ever shared this, is like the transition of how I went from Chelsea Ray Styles, that was my previous service provider name, to Morph Beauty Co.
Love it.
So I was Chelsea Ray Styles basically up until I had my daughter, and I took some time to just navigate becoming a mom and really enjoy that time with her. But I just kind of knew in my spirit that Chelsea Ray Styles was done, that I was transitioning into a new season with a name that was going to allow me to grow into a new vision that God had kind of planted in my heart for my business.
I love that.
And so one night as I was feeding my daughter, I was just laying there and morph came into my mind, just the word morph. And I started looking it up, and it's actually metamorphosis is the root word to Romans 12, verse 1 and 2, that talks about being transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's actually why I named my business Morph Beauty Co.
Love that.
Because I wanted it to be a transformative experience and service for everybody that comes in the door.
Oh, I love that so much. I love the Bible scripture. I love just the meaning behind it. So good. And you completely encompass all of that in this space. I can guarantee if you have a chance to come and take a look, definitely come and check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful, welcoming space where you will leave feeling transformed. So tell us a little bit more about how you got started in your business. I know we're kind of going a little bit backwards, but tell us how you got started, because funny story, actually, I met Chelsea when I was going to school to become an esthetician. She was going to hair school.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot
that. So that's how we actually met. And so, but like, tell us how you got into the business that you're in now, because I know it's been like such a beautiful journey for you.
Yes, so I was actually in hair school when I started doing lashes. There was a lady that owned a beauty studio on the 3rd floor, and then I was on the main floor in hair school. And while I was doing my apprenticeship, I just started doing some private trainings with her and fell in love with doing lashes, but didn't have the confidence to kind of break out of that employee life and go out on my own. So it wasn't really until so I'll fast forward, the pandemic started and I was at Tommy Guns, and I just realized, you know what, we're shutting down anyways. So why don't I just go for it? I had 4 clients. I had 4 regular lash clients. That's crazy. And I just said, whatever. I'm going to have to rebuild when we reopen anyways. So I quit my job being a hairstylist and went full time just because I saw the opportunity of there's no ceiling for the growth that you can have, not just financially, but within yourself and within your business.
Oh, that's so good. And you know, taking risks, that's what this is all about. And it sounds like you took a big risk and it just paid off for you. And I'm just so proud of you. That's so amazing. So tell us what, some of the things, 1 or 2, that your customers or clients love about your business.
That's another great question. And I actually, when I saw that question on the forum, I thought, I don't know. I could maybe make a guess in my head of what I think that they like. So I actually asked a couple of my clients.
Oh, I love that.
I asked them randomly in a form. And so just give me a minute here to find the responses.
Totally.
But I will read one of them off to you. Oh, here's a bunch of reels that she also sent me.
Always good to have feedback from the clients, right?
Yes. So one of my clients said that the main thing would be the quality of work, my level of education around lash extensions and care, and how we work together to really troubleshoot her retention issues and make her eyes even. Not everybody has even eyes.
Right.
So if you're just doing the same pattern on each eye, but one is different shaped and one is kind of sitting differently, it's not going to look even. So my goal with each client is to really make them even. So that was one of the things that we troubleshooted. She said that
I can vouch for that too, PS, because when I was getting my lashes done and Chelsea was doing them for me, I was having some of those similar issues. So I support that message for sure.
That's so fun. And she just said, you're willing to carve out time to get lashes back on track and always make sure that we have the products to take care of them. I work fast, and she said if she had to sit there for 3 beeping hours every time, she would never do her lashes.
Unless it was with you. So good. I love that. So that's awesome. I mean, it's good to have client feedback. It's good to know like what people are saying about you, obviously, because you have you have that perception of what you provide. And the other thing I just want to say too is that when I've come in for a spray tan with Chelsea, she also makes her clients, no matter who it is, feel so comfortable and just so welcomed, and just like, you're standing there with little clothes on. Chelsea just makes you feel right at home. So if you're looking for a spray tan girl, she's your gal. Shameless plug, because that's why we're here.
Look at you selling me.
That's why we're here. We're here. We love you. So tell me more about some of your greatest challenges in your business.
I don't have to look at my notes for that one. Probably the main one is just the juggling act. Right. I think when you're an employee, there are certain benefits and then also cons of being an employee, and it's the same as being self-employed.
Right.
I don't get to just show up and go home. There's a lot of other things outside of just servicing my clients. So it's really me trusting others and delegating things out, and also having like clear work boundaries. But I think as a small business, we just can't delegate everything out when we're getting going.
Yeah, so true.
So there is still a lot of stuff that we do have to do outside of our regular working hours. So I would say that's probably my biggest challenge right now, just because I am in my first couple years.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And those are all very valid challenges. Sometimes it's hard to just like know when to turn the off switch off, because you are in that growth mode, you're building. It's definitely a challenge, that's for sure. So a fun question here, and I know when I messaged you the first time. I know where you're going. When I messaged you the first time, you were like, I'm actually sitting in my studio crying, so I hope you're funny. So we can keep this super light, but I just want to ask you, who would you say has, from your childhood, has had the biggest impact on you as a person and as an entrepreneur, or both? So I actually didn't even know the answer to this question until I thought about it for a minute. I thought, who really has impacted it from my childhood? And it really was probably mainly my grandparents, my granny and my grandpa. And that was what got me emotional, was because I think deep down I knew the answer, but I just had never really thought of that before. And then, so always as a kid, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. I didn't go to like preschool or kindergarten. I was at their house, so spent majority of the days with them. And my granny was just that person. We would go to the lake and I would throw a rock in the lake and she would say, wow, that made such a beautiful sound. You're going to be a musician someday. And then I'd be in their garage and I'd be like nailing random pieces of wood together. And she would say, that's amazing, that birdhouse you made. You're going to be a carpenter one day. And she just like sowed this belief in me from such a young age that I didn't even realize until you asked me that question. Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love grandparents for that reason. And I mean, I hope you're okay with me sharing this, but I know that like even your daughter with your parents, like they seem to just have such a beautiful connection. And it's just so nice to see and to hear that that's the impact that has had on you in your life. And then now, it's kind of reciprocating with your daughter, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful circle. So just very last question here for you, Chelsea. Where can people find you? Tell us about your social media. Tell us about the location. Where can they find you?
The best way to find me, I have streamlined everything if you search me on Google. So if you search me on Google, you'll find my address, you'll find my website, you'll find how to book with me, you'll find courses, you'll find reviews, and you'll find a phone number and email to contact me at.
Perfect. No, that's awesome. So Chelsea with Morph Beauty, come and check her out. Take a look for her on Google. And thanks again so much for taking the time to just chat with us today. We look forward to chatting with you again sometime.
Yay.
Yay.